Hello, I'm Robin and welcome to, would you believe, another edition of the Deckard Dream Build. Yay! We go crazy, why? Yes, it's a fantastic thing. Now, today is an unusual bank holiday. The colour has just been trooped, the Queen has waved, and we've had some lunch, and the kids, everybody else, has disappeared off to the beach, giving me a couple of hours on a bank holiday all by myself, which means I'm going to have a few more of these voice cards. This is the one voice card that I've done. I have 7 others in here which need to resemble this. And where are we now? We're about to do the IC sockets. These fellas. So relatively easy to put in, and then just a shed load of soldering. So that's the plan. So I'm going to put some music on, I'm going to relax and just solder my way through all of this. I'll do it in a speeded up fashion so you don't have to sit through the real time of it. And hopefully in a couple of hours these will all be a step closer to completion. Look where they are now. All the resistors, all the diodes, some of the smaller capacitors are all on there. Now it's time for the IC holders. So before we go to time lapse, I'll just keep you here while I find all the right bits to make sure I've got everything ready to kick it off. Because that might be vaguely interesting, because I only ever look at this once every couple of years, and so things tend to get a bit forgotten. So let me organize myself and see whether we can get there. So this is my template. So I'm going to sit that over there so I can look at it as I put the rest on. Now I'm going to need to know how many of each thing I need for what. That's going to be key. So I've got a whole bunch of these, which probably shouldn't be sitting next to each other like that. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Let's put that there. So according to my weathered sheet here, I should have, let's check. So there's some 16s, some 14s, 16s, some 8s, 16s. So for each board, so for the 16s, I've got 1, 2, dip 16, another one, 4, 2, 3, 4, another 2, 1, 2. So I should have 9 of the 16s. Then of the 14s, this is per board. 14s I should have 7. And another one, 8, so I should have 8 of those. And then for the 8, I should have 4. That's the plan. Because it doesn't matter what's going in them, we're just putting the IC holders in. So all that matters is that they fit into the right hole, which is relatively easy. I think. Put those over there. So let's see if I can find that many. Should I pile up individual piles of that to make sure that I have all the bits I need? Maybe. I mean, that's not a terrible idea now, is it? It's not a terrible idea. So I've got 14 pins in there. That looks like 16 pins. So maybe I should make 7 piles. So that's the 14s, 16s, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need how many? 9. 9 per go. So I could break that up like that. So there's 10. Seven, and a whole load left over. Did I get that right then? There's only 9 per board. 16. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 4 is 7, plus 2 is 9. Okay, and I've got 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's 1, 2, 4, 5. That's 5. That's 10. And some leftovers, and I'll have 1 left over from each lot because I only need 9. That's interesting. Right. Okay. Can I sort this out in some fashion? I'm going to need that, aren't I? No, I'm not. Am I? Depends on. Yeah, no, I'm not going to need that. So putting the chips in. So on the 14s, I said I need 8 of these. I mean, it could well be that I was sent extras. It could well be I've got something else that I haven't thought of building yet. It could well be there's numbers somewhere else on my parts list that I haven't considered because I'm not exactly familiar with everything right now. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So break that one. So that can go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll break those off. No, that's not right. that's something else, that is. Alright, break it off there then. Let's hope I'm not doing any damage to the pins. There you go. So that's an 8. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not all of them. But if I need 8, 7 8s are 56. There should be 56. There should be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if I had 56, then I would have used 8 on that board. Because there should have been 64 in order to do 8 cards the same. So there must be another bag of them somewhere. Oh, hang on. Right, wait for it, wait for it. What are these? These are 7s. And there's 8 there. So that's me 8. And some spares. Alright, good. What I don't seem to have is any of the 4s. How many 4s do I need? I mean the 8s. 8s. I need 4 of the little ones. Got them. Oh yes. 32 it says. There should be 4 for each. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for each bunch. Good. That's the lot. So I've just got to work out how on earth I put these in. That's not quite big enough, is it? Do I do it in bits? Do I do it all at once? Do I do a corner? What is my best bet here? Do I cover it in tape? Because that seems like a right hassle. What do I think? What do we think? A piece of paper? Not really going to do it. It needs to be... I'll give it a go with a piece of cardboard. See if that works. But let's locate a bunch in the thing first of all and see how that goes. Right, so the little squidgy ones then. The 4s. Make sure the orientation is right. Got to make sure that the little nick at the front matches what's on there, so that just drops into there like no problem. That drops into there. There's one there and one there. Now I imagine the mistake I'm going to make is trying to do all these at once, and maybe I should just do them in little sections. But let's see if I can get them all in. And then if I can turn it over. Let's give it a try. And then I don't have to keep going through them over and over again. I can just do them all in one hit. And then that would be great. So these are the 14s, of which there should be 8. So I can use these bits of polystyrene as a bit of a bit to hold it up with, can't I? So these are, so I've got to look for, I'm going to have to stick my, ow, my glasses, ow. Put these on so I can see what I'm doing. Right, so I need 14s. That's a 14. That's not going in because, why is that not going in? Oh no, it is. Yeah, okay. Now these are quite chunky IC holders, so they're not the sort of ones that you can easily bend a leg of just to hold them in as you turn the thing over. Doesn't quite work. Put them all around the right way. All around the right way. Good, yeah. And then 9 of these fellas. That one looks too small. Yeah, alright. Missed that one then. Didn't get that right. Maybe my numbers aren't right after all. Oh, that's a smaller one too. I'm starting to get a very bad feeling about this. But then I do have extras. So I should have one left, which I do. No, that's a smaller one. So that can go in there. No, I don't have one left. What? I've got my numbers completely wrong. All right, forget that sheet then. We'll just go on what's actually here. What's actually on the flipping board. I thought I was being so clever. I've obviously missed something. So I still need a big one, but I got plenty of extras, so that's not a problem. That should be the lot. Just going to make sure I haven't accidentally put a smaller one in a larger socket and that they're all facing the right way. Yeah, looks good. So the issue then becomes, how do I turn it over and solder it? That's the key at this point. My usual lovely piece of plastic, it's just not going to quite cut it. There'll be a couple that's going to miss. So I was going to have a go with a larger bit of cardboard I just cut out over there. And the key is going to be just turning it over. They're all falling out because there's an error, and that error is that some of those capacitors are a little bit high. Alright, rethink. See, I've got these yellow ones here that I put in, obviously rashly, which are just too tall. They're too bleeding tall. So then what do I do? I'm going to have to do it in a bit more of a sporadic fashion, I think. I can't solder them in from the top, not really. But if I turn this over, it's all going to be just slightly high. So that means I do kind of need to take them in, and that's a real bugger. Or I could lay something across them which is a bit soft, which would push up into them. And maybe we could ignore the ones with capacitors. I should have done the IC holders first. Should have done them first. Do I have any tape? I do. But they still, I mean, I feel if I put tape on them, that's a thing, but they will kind of sag with the tape on. Unless they're taped really, really securely, they're going to sag, which is also not going to get me the result I'm after. This was not supposed to, this was supposed to be easy. Easy it was supposed to be today. Easy. So maybe I just do it in sections. Because the offending capacitors are kind of around the outside. I could bend them all over. I mean, there is that. Is that a valid thing? Would that really matter if I did a bit of that? I can always bend them back. I don't want to put unnecessary strain on components. It seems a bit extreme. Well, I'm doing it now. There's a whole load in the middle here. Well, not good at all. Oh, you idiot. Oh, you're such an idiot. Right, okay, I'm just going to give it a go. See if that improves it. I think it does. I think if I push down, I'll start to get enough through. It doesn't matter if they're a little high, to be honest. If I push down, I should be able to get that to work. That's definitely better. Definitely better. Okay, let's turn the soldering iron on. Let's put in some water. We've overcome yet another little issue through my absolute genius. And I can see how long it takes me to do one of these fellas. Let's not get all these muddled up. I'm just going to push down on it as I do it. I think that's a good idea. Right. So I'm going to relax, get on with this, and I will let you know how we go. And I'll see you at the other end. So there we go, seven voice cards, all done. IC holders, no drama. Well, there was a little bit of drama. I put a 14-pin one into a 16-pin hole and only noticed when I'd soldered the first leg. So, you know, a little bit of solder sucking and jamming that thing out, but otherwise nice and smooth. It did take longer than I anticipated, just a little bit over a couple of hours, but then I got interrupted, sadly. So I wasn't able to just flow and just finish the whole lot. I still had one left and had to go and fetch some kid from somewhere, bring that back, then come back and settle down and do the final voice card. So you can see how far away it is from completion. This is the completed one, and this is the other 7. So to go, I've got the ceramic, or I don't know, those square capacitors and the big capacitors, and a few transistors. So it looks to me like transistors are next. Transistors and those square capacitors, I reckon, will be the next bank of stuff to go in. So definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. It's a lovely thing to be able to do on a sunny afternoon. I can now put that aside for another 6 months and then come back to it again. I have a few of these left over. Not sure why. Maybe they're in something else. I don't know. I think I probably better keep them all together. Yeah, I know. Cecil. It's because I'm talking to camera. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to camera, proper camera over here. Doing a piece to camera. You're just in fact, can you see? Yeah, you're just eavesdropping. All right. So yeah, so I'll get on and do some more of that at some point, I'm sure, and you can look forward to the next exciting update on the Deckard Dream build. How exciting. In the meantime, go and make some tunes and that.